Yo, what is up guys, and welcome back to McAD's Entertainment. I'm your host as always, Adam McGahee. Before we hop into this video, I wanted to announce again our first ever giveaway on the channel. Starting out small here, but I'm doing a giveaway of the Rogue One Vintage Collection Darth Vader figure. Darth Vader is one of my favorite characters in fiction, so why not start things off with a figure of him? To be eligible to win, all you have to do is like this video, subscribe to the channel, and comment below on what your favorite Darth Vader or Anakin Skywalker moment is. This can be from canon or legends. I'll be announcing the winner at the end of the month. Without further ado, let's hop right into this. We continue today's story from the Force Unleashed 2 comic book. This comic chronicles Boba Fett's involvement during the events of the game story, which was much more important than the game initially let on. After the clone version of the Jedi Starkiller escaped Darth Vader's grasp on Kamino, Vader hired the notorious bounty hunter Boba Fett to track the clone down. They devise a plan to kidnap Starkiller's love, Juno Eclipse, who is a former Imperial pilot turned rebel leader. Boba proceeded to capture her and brought her back to Vader on Kamino. An enraged Starkiller then launched an all-out assault with the Rebel Alliance on Kamino to get Juno back. Boba escaped the attack and made his way to a secret cloning lab within Kamino, where he discovered Vader had double-crossed him and was secretly making clones of Boba to create a new clone army. Disgusted and disturbed by these abominations, Boba destroyed the clones, killed the scientists involved, and blew up the lab that the clones were in. Though still sworn to do his job to kill Starkiller, the wounded Fett made his way out of the burning clone facility. That is where the last issue ended, and where today's story begins. The issue opens with the wounded Boba Fett making his way out of the cloning lab he had just destroyed. He hears a commotion nearby and looks on with his binoculars to see what is going on. He sees Vader, who has engaged Starkiller and shows the clone Jedi he is holding Juno captive. He threatens to kill her unless Starkiller does his bidding. The exhausted Jedi gives in to the Sith Lord's demands and says he will do whatever he wants as long as he lets the woman go. As they talk, Juno slips away and proceeds to grab one of Starkiller's lightsabers and uses the weapon to strike at Vader. The enraged Sith then uses the Force to launch Juno out of the window, causing her to plummet to the platform below. Starkiller leaps at Vader, where they begin yet another ferocious duel. As they fight, Boba gets into position and has his sniper rifle aimed at Starkiller, ready to kill the Jedi just as Vader had planned. Just then, Boba is interrupted by the Jedi Ram-Kota, the shape-shifting droid proxy, and a band of rebel soldiers. They attack Boba, who tells them that they are in the way of his bounty. He takes down the rebel soldiers, and the Jedi attempts to strike Boba down, who dodges out of the way and knocks the Jedi to the ground with the butt of his gun. The wounded Jedi then orders the droid proxy to attack Boba. The shapeshifter would then proceed to take on a form Boba would know all too well, the form of his father, Jango Fett. The two then begin a violent duel on the rain-soaked platforms of Kamino. The Jango copy manages to gain the upper hand in the battle, and just as he is about to execute Boba, the bounty hunter takes out a hidden sonic grenade and tosses it at the feet of the Jedi and the droid. Piercing sonic vibrations ring through the air as the Jedi and the droid are brought to their knees in intense pain. Boba uses the precious time to rocket out of the way and prepares his weapon once again to assassinate the rogue clone Jedi. He looks on and sees Starkiller has gained the upper hand in the battle, where he manages to disarm Vader and brings him to his knees. As Starkiller talks to Vader, Boba has him in his scopes, ready to end his life at any moment. Right before Starkiller could kill Vader, he is interrupted by Ram-Kota, who tells him that Vader has too many secrets to be put to waste like this, and must be taken into custody so they can bring the Empire down. Torn between making the right choice and ending the life of the one who ruined his life, Starkiller stands confused. Boba, still with his gun aimed at Starkiller, mutters for him to kill Vader, for he knows what a monster Vader is and that the galaxy would be better off without him. Boba then sees Starkiller decide to spare Vader's life. He looks on as the Jedi goes to the body of Juno, which he believes to be dead. Boba then prepares to open fire and claim his payday when he sees something that makes him hesitate. He sees Juno is actually alive and greets Starkiller with a kiss. Conflicted at this moment, Boba takes off his helmet and aims his weapon once again at Starkiller. However, he cannot get himself to pull the trigger at this moment. He sees how happy and in love the pair are, and deep in his heart, Boba is a good man, and feels this would be a cheap, dishonorable way to claim his bounty. He says aloud that he will get Starkiller, but not like this. Later on, Boba sits in his ship as he listens to a transmission from Juno and Princess Leia. He finds out where they are headed next, where he then sees the ship with Starkiller and the captive Darth Vader on board. He targets the ship when he sees it enter hyperspace. He exclaims that it is time to go back to work, and flies after it, vowing to capture Starkiller honorably this time, and finally get his pay. And that is the end of the Force Unleashed 2 comic book. As we know, it was not long after this that Lucasfilm would be acquired by Disney, and this series of video game and comic was cancelled and deemed no longer canon. I was a huge fan of this series when I was a teenager, and would love nothing more than to see this story continued. Now, what are your thoughts on this? Do you like The Force Unleashed? Did you know this comic was all about Boba Fett? What other Star Wars stories would you like to see us cover? Sound off in the comments. Also be sure to give this video a like, subscribe to the channel, and tap the bell icon to be notified of all of our latest videos. Thank you so much for watching. Remember, you are awesome and loved, God bless, and I will see you in the next one.